Thank you all, and to the three of you, well said. Okay, so let's vote on the remaining. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Today I am taking a trip up to Hollywood, to West Hollywood, to Mackenzie's house, where I'm going to be recording segments for Stonewall Spotlight.
WeHo. Sometimes.
I volunteer for a local Democratic club called the Stonewall Democratic Club, and it's an LGBT-based Democratic club. It's been around since the 70s, and I produce a podcast for them called Stonewall Spotlight. We're meeting with Sean.
I feel like I'm gained 10 pounds for the camera.
Who is our editor-in-chief.
And also just kind of look at the race for the House. Taking back the House is so important for Democrats. We
give him a microphone.
You know, we just have to. we gotta take back the House. We gotta take back the House. We gotta investigate. We gotta subpoena. We gotta do all that stuff.
It's just really amazing that I have a really great group of friends and people that can talk politics with me. I mean, in the gay community, people don't really talk that much about politics, and you know, it's really nice to have a really group of like-minded individuals that I can talk politics with, and also dedicate and volunteer my time to help push gay rights forward, because equality is really, really important. And if I can help, then it's my duty to do all that I can to help. Part of my advocacy, of course, is you have to have some civic engagement, which means knowing who your city council people are and participating in helping your local community. That really helps with getting to know kind of who the people are that own the buildings around you, and specifically your city council people, who are very powerful in really helping bring about your programs. And for me, arts programs are being cut at the federal level, so I believe that it's really important that we invest our time and our energy at the local level to help save our arts programs. So I have invested a lot of time in being very visible for our city council people in LA. There are only 15 of them, and Monica Rodriguez, who is one of our female city councilwomen, one of only 2 in all of 15, has invited myself, my friend Lauren, and Sean to come down to City Hall to help her pass a bill to get Bayard Rustin a stamp. Now, she got this idea from Lauren from hearing a testimony that she heard at one of our meetings. Now, that's a testament to how local advocacy can lead to legislation. And she asked us to come to City Hall to testify to help pass this.
We're gonna get him a stamp, Lauren, and it's gonna be because of you.
It's going to be because of all of us.
All of us.
Stonewall Spotlight,
Yeah,
getting the job
Stonewall
done.
Spotlight, getting it done.
It was really fun because, you know, I don't go to City Hall very often, but I do know a lot of people there. My friend Taylor is a staffer for Mike Bonin, Councilmember Mike Bonin, and I've met with Councilmember Weezar many times, who's the councilmember for downtown LA. And I walk in, and there's Councilman Weezar, and I see him, and he sees me, and he waves at me, and I'm like, oh, hey, Councilman Weezar, what's up? I'm like, oh God, he remembers me. I'm like, of all the people that he meets, he remembers me, which is kind of cool.
I want to acknowledge my friends from Stonewall that have joined us here today in honor of this resolution. Sean, Lauren, and Marcus, thank you for being here today with me. This duality of the struggle and identity and the challenges that are exemplified even by people of color in the LGBT community is real. And I want to thank you for your advocacy and your friendship. And
Thank you, Councilwoman Rodriguez, for the invitation and opportunity to address you all this morning. Optics really matter. In 2008, a mixed African-American man who looked kind of a lot like me became President of the United States. It was that moment that I realized that my preconceived societal limitations that were placed on my dreams had been lifted, and I was finally free to reach the stars. Without freedom riders like Bayard Rustin, leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. would never have been able to pave the path so that somewhere down the line, some brown, gay man like me could stand before you here today.
In a time when there are all too many bullets and gunshots, what speaks louder than those gunshots is the voices of activists of the Black Lives Matter movement, of trans women who are organizing and demanding justice in the face of brutality.
He has been one of the greatest architects for civil justice in our time. Without Bayard Rustin, there is no March on Washington. Bayard Rustin, on his first trip to Los Angeles, was on his way here to guard the homes of interned Japanese Americans. He didn't make it because he was arrested for not giving up his seat years before Rosa Parks. He deserves a stamp. Let's get him his stamp. Let's give Bayard Rustin his due.
Thank you all, and to the three of you, well said. Okay, so let's vote on the remaining. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
It was really amazing being there, and we got the resolution passed, which is so cool. Like a unanimous vote, which is amazing. But it was Lauren really that was the driving force in this, and really got behind us. So meeting my mom, taking her to her appointment at Cedars-Sinai. So everybody knows my mother is fully disabled. She broke her neck in a car accident in many places. She has a full bionic spine. C1 to C6 are fully fused. She's got 2 rods in her neck. It's pretty gnarly, and she's a freaking survivor. I get to see her every few weeks. She lives in San Diego. She takes a train up, and I get to spend the day with her, and I take her to her doctor's.
There she is, my mama, coming on the train on the Metrolink. Hey, mama. Kill me when I put this on.
She's so funny. I'm really blessed that I still have both my parents, and that both of my parents are really supportive and loving in my life. They were very supportive of my theater career when I was young, and I'm forever grateful for that. So, I am going to New Orleans for the first time. My whole dad's family is from Louisiana. Cane River, actually. It's one of my best friends, Blake. It's his birthday, and he's from New Orleans, and he's going to show us a great time. So he's invited 20 of his closest friends from Los Angeles to come to New Orleans for his 30th birthday. And so, here we go!
Flying to New Orleans, I get to the first restaurant and everyone's there.
This is my best friend, Gabe.
Gabe, wave.
Chris is here, and we're gonna have a great time. Blake rents this beautiful Victorian mansion. It's like stunning that we're all staying in. And here's because of this whole lineup for us. We go to this country club first day, which is this kind of mix of gay and straight.
Country club. Shout to the left. Her back, and I'm like, I do it. And you're like, no, you won't. I'm like,
Are you excited, Chris?
Like, pool party. It was like super awesome. Met some really cute boys there who all were gonna be at the Bayou Ball later on, which is this black tie Bayou ball that Blake has planned for us at this Victorian mansion. 75 of the most dashing Southern men show up to this Bayou Ball, and it's amazing. We have so much fun. We get so drunk. so much fun. It's just like night after night, drinking after drinking. It was just. Oh, last day in New Orleans, and we go to a crawfish boil. It's so much fun.
I'm scared to wave
I get to walk around New Orleans, and this is kind of my first time being in Louisiana. I have a really, really rich and deep Southern history, Louisiana history, and I really, for the first time ever in my life, I could feel my ancestors just walking around this gorgeous city. It was just a really profound experience, and I just cried and cried and cried on my way back. I didn't want to leave. It was just, I love it so much. Thank you, Blake, for an amazing experience, and I'll never forget it. So I'm going back soon. Boy, it was hot as hell. Ooh, I'm never going back in summer, I'll tell you that. So where do I start? I mean, where do I even start with bringing Broadway to the West Coast? And so I decided that I would start at the Downtown LA Neighborhood Council. Los Angeles has a ton of neighborhood councils, and they're small little governments within governments, so that the neighborhoods have a voice and they all get a little budget to kind of help their neighborhood. So Downtown LA has a neighborhood council, so I go down to the board of directors meeting, expecting there's going to be this huge crowd there. Literally 10 people are at this meeting, 20 board members. I'm like, oh my gosh, there is nobody at this meeting. But I was able to afterwards talk to the president of the board, Patty Berman, and she invited me to coffee because she herself is a cabaret performer, and she loved what I was talking about, which is so cool. I loved it. So we're going to go ahead and have coffee next week, and I'll tell you how that goes. Looking back on this week, it was just so incredible, going to Louisiana, seeing my heritage, and really kind of the jumping off point for the next part of my life, and bringing Broadway West and getting started. And I'm so excited to bring you along with me. Sometimes things just happen, and you have to be open to them, and you have to just do it.